So for drawing everything in the shop, planning, I use SketchUp. I've been using it for quite a while. I've tried a bunch of other programs, and this one just felt like it was the most useful, the easiest to use and understand. I always say it's kind of made for dummies. I feel like it feels like it's pretty intuitive. So here I've got the decking project that I was talking about, the deck fencing and railings. And so it looks a little messy, but here's all my fence panels. But then we have to pull the artwork up and then export that to the CNC so we can cut them all on the fast cut. We have them all numbered, labeled. They're all basically the same size except for a couple. We just had to make some adjustments. And all this will be wood. These are the frames that you saw with the artwork in the top. And then we got a back frame. So I had to do all that work. And so I pull it up, and it's so that my guys can build. I've got the outer frame here. I've got the inner frame here so that they can easily understand, pull measurements, and cut all the pieces and build them for me. I try to give them as much information as possible and to be as accurate as possible. That way it's just easy for them to execute and just pull off as perfect as possible. And I would say, like, as long as I draw it correctly, 99% of the time Caleb builds it correctly, and so our installs go really smooth. If they don't go smooth, it really comes down to what did I do wrong, because Caleb has very good direction, very, very good drawings to follow. So if something doesn't fit or line up, I can generally go back and find out that I probably transferred information from my iPad, where I take notes on the job site, to putting it into SketchUp. That's where the majority of my mistakes happen. They don't really happen in the shop near as much as they happen here while I'm drawing. Maybe it's late at night, maybe it's early in the morning, or maybe I'm just busy, but mistakes happen, and they're gonna. So this is where I have everything for that project that I just showed you all. And here's the panels that Sam put them all out here and organized them so that he can cut them on the CNC. Okay, you get the idea?
Yeah.
So I'm gonna save that and put it in the file share. So here, because it's right here, I just have like some things that I'm writing down, thoughts I have. Here's my steel shop list, organized by jobs. And generally, if I'm organizing ahead of things, I can have 2 or 3 jobs, maybe even 4, stacked up and delivered here versus me going to get them. And my goal is always to stay ahead of the guys. I like to be 4 or 5 projects drawn ahead of them, planned, so that I can go out and measure and work on the next jobs. Like I was talking about with the jam up of the job that we're working on, I had to go in and just kind of a state of emergency and fix and build and refigure things. And so it made it so I couldn't do this for a while, and I had to go to the store and pick up one job at a time to keep the guys busy and work extra hours to build it back up. And which is definitely a complaint, but also just a recognition of it's just what it takes to do the work. So in the moment, I don't always love it, but at the end of the day, I love it. So and then all the jobs that I have going on, and then the stages that they're in, and then I move them over into this area here throughout the days. I'll create a list of materials I need to order. I've got a list for things for Sam to be working on, Justin and Caleb. And I also have a whiteboard for Caleb to write his things on. And then we also put tags on everything. So every project that I design and put into the file, I'll write down on a tag the name of the project, the name of the project, and what materials are being used, what color it's going to be. And then when Caleb builds it, he puts this on it. And then when it's all done, this ends up on my desk, so I know what to invoice for. So fairly basic and but really easy to use and makes sense. So this is kind of the system I've developed for us.